Hi everyone, welcome back to the YouTube classes. In the last part, we have studied about the origin of life and the meaning and definition of the word evolution. In that origin of universe, how old the universe was and after how many years the universe started to formation of earth and the evolution of life on the earth within 4 billion years ago, and all those different aspects we have studied in the previous part. Let me move towards different theories which are involved in the evolution and the stages or the process of evolution. It is considered by different theories like the religious aspects, some of the theories of abiogenesis, spontaneous generation antanu kardidivi, theory of biogenesis. Then somewhere from the universe God has distributed the human beings or the life forms in the form of spores. So interesting theory of panspermiotic theory and the very accepted chemogenic theory or chemical evolution, theory of chemical evolution. All those things we will study in this part. Let me move towards the theories of evolution. The first one, the religious theory of evolution, which is called religious theory. India is a country which is accepted by Hinduism, Muslim and also Christianity. According to the different people who are there in different community, they are according to their visual, they are believing something according to their wish, right? So here also the theory of religious aspects, which is also called as the theory of special creation. God, he has created according to Bible. According to Christianity, God has created the special creations. They are called as Genesis, and he according to them, Adam was the first man and Eve, she is the first woman. As according to the Bible, the first man and woman, they are Adam and Eve. Even ನಮ್ಮ ಹಿಂದೂ ಥಿಯರೀಸ್ಗಳು ಏನು ಕಡಿಮೆ ಇಲ್ಲ. So according to Hindu mythology, Brahma, he is called as the creator. It is according to Hindu mythology. Our god Brahma, he is called as the creator, and he created the first man, and the first man called Manu, and first woman, she is called Shraddha. Shraddha, she is the first woman, Manu is the first man. Just even though they are not scientifically proved, in the theories of evolution we are giving a reference to the religious aspects or religious proposals in consideration with the different theories of the evolution. And the next theory was the theory of biogenesis. This is the second theory. Theory of biogenesis. In biology we can split out many words. Here the word biogenesis, it also can be split out easily as bio and genesis. Biogenesis, the process of formation of living organisms. Some of the living organisms which is giving a preference to the all the living organisms which are exist today, they are because of the pre-existed one. There are different scientists, they are proposed this theory of biogenesis. Among them, Francis Reddy, his experiment which is not considered in the second PUC NCERT, he is also involved in the theory of proposing this theory of biogenesis, which means the living forms, they are already present in this cell, and what is the new organism which is produced, it is as a result of pre-existing one. Pre-existing cells, they are responsible for the formation of new cells. I will take up this Francis Reddy experiment. He chosen 3 beakers. 1, beaker number 2 and beaker number 3. These are the 3 beakers. And among all these 3 beakers, he kept a piece of meat. ಕಾಮನ್ ಆಗಿ ಎಲ್ಲರಲ್ಲೂ ಒಂದೇ ಥರದ ಪೀಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಮೀಟನ್ನು ಪೋರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ. ಬಟ್ ದ ಡಿಫ್ರೆನ್ಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟೆಡ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಫ್ಲಾಸ್ಕ್ ಎ, ಫ್ಲಾಸ್ಕ್ ಬಿ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಫ್ಲಾಸ್ಕ್ ಸಿ is the opening, and one of the beaker A, it is covered with parchment membrane, and beaker B, it is covered with muslin cloth. It is covered with muslin cloth, but beaker C, it is kept open. Francis Reddy, he allow the experiment for 2-3 days. After few hours, consider after few hours, on all the 3 beakers, those flies, they are roaring around all these 3 beakers, but according to his observation, only in the beaker C, maggots were formed. Maggots are the small larval like substances, ಚಿಕ್ಕ ಹುಳಗಳ formations ಆಯಿತು. And finally he concluded that those maggots are produced from the flies, and these flies, it is possible to enter into the meat piece only in the kept opened beaker, and all these remaining 2 beakers, they are actually closed with the help of parchment membrane and muslin cloth, so that those flies, they cannot enter into this beaker. So since they have not entered, they cannot reproduce, and the spores or the eggs of the larva, they are possibly reach into that meat piece, so that in that meat piece they utilize the content and reproduce their life form. What they are trying to explain us, the living forms which are produced as in the form of maggots, they are produced from the flies, and those flies which are already existent, which means pre-existing one, which gives us the word biogenesis. Similar kind of experiment was conducted by the most famous scientist, Louis Pasteur. And Louis Pasteur, he is also conducted the similar kind of experiment. According to Pasteur experiment, he is considered some of the round bottom flask, and he just heated the neck of the round bottom flask so that it is appeared like the beak of the swan neck. So the experiment which is conducted by Louis Pasteur, it is also called as swan neck experiment. And the experimental chosen round bottom flask, they look like this. This is the original round bottom flask. The neck was slight higher. By using these round bottom flask with a long neck, he set up 2 experiments by using the yeast content along with the sugar solution. Why sugar? Means sugar is the medium which is helpful for the yeast like organisms for their nutrition purpose. Then he has taken 2 conditions. One round bottom flask, he just heated the neck of the round bottom flask, so that you can able to bend the neck of the round bottom flask like this. And here, before he has added sugar, here the availability of sugar plus yeast. Here the yeast particles, they are killed. We should remember all the experimental setup, they are performed in a pre-sterilized condition. Very important. Because why pre-sterilized environment? There could be the chances of entering of the microorganisms or something, or is there any chances to be present already in the round bottom flask, so that the experimental setup, it is pre-sterilized and the condition was maintained properly. Then such sugar and yeast, heat killed yeast particles, they are added into the round bottom flask. The neck of the round bottom flask, it is bended like this, and another round bottom flask. ಇವತ್ತು ಕೂಡ ನಾವು ಪಾಸ್ಚರ್ನ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆರಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಅವನ ಲ್ಯಾಬೊರೇಟರಿಗೆ ವಿಸಿಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಅವನು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿರೋ ಸ್ವಾನ್ ನೆಕ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆರಿಮೆಂಟಲ್ ಬೀಕರ್ಸ್ಗಳು ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದ ಸೇಮ್ ಶುಗರ್ ಸೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಅಲಾಂಗ್ ವಿತ್ ಈಸ್ಟ್. ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದೇರ್? ಹಿಯರ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಕಿಲ್ಡ್ ಈಸ್ಟ್ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಶುಗರ್ ಸೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್. Killed yeast plus sugar solution. What is the difference between the first experimental setup and the second experimental? Andre, there is no difference. to create the differences, he just broken this much of area of the round bottom flask, so that the area here it is possible to expose into the environment, right? Cut ಮಾಡಿ ಇದಿಷ್ಟನ್ನ expose ಆಗೋ ನೋಡ್ತಾನೆ. The air particles, they can be communicated with the yeast particles in the broken glass, not in the sealed one. Here this is sealed. Hope you can differentiate between experimental setup 1 and 2. First one is sealed, heat one, and the second one is completely the seal was broken. He allowed the experimental setup for 2-3 days. Interestingly, he found the development of new yeast-like organisms in the broken round bottom flask, in the broken swan neck experimental setup, not in the sealed one. What it actually gives us, the theory of biogenesis is trying to explain us the organisms, they are present in the air-like environment. If they are communicating with the already existed or pre-existing living organisms, they can reproduce, they can synthesize their own genetic material, or they can synthesize their reproductive materials. So this is a Louis Pasteur swan neck experiment. There is one more theory which is trying to explain us the evolution of living organisms. Accordingly, the theory of biogenesis, and that theory was called as theory of abiogenesis. Theory of abiogenesis. Abiogenesis. So here also we can split out the word abiogenesis. Abiogenesis. We can split into 1 plus 1 plus 1. Easily we can split the word abiogenesis into 3 parts. A, from nothing. A means nothing. Bio, living organisms. Genesis, formation. Living organism formation took place from nothing. From nothing in the sense like non-living organisms. It is also called as theory of spontaneous generation. Life exists in this world from nothing, like non-living organisms or non-living things. They are responsible for the formation of living things. And there are so many famous scientists like Van Helmont, they are also believed in this theory. ದುರದೃಷ್ಟವಶಾತ್ ದೊಡ್ಡ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಸೈಂಟಿಸ್ಟ್ಗಳು ಕೂಡ ನಾನ್ ಲಿವಿಂಗ್ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ಗಳಿಂದನೇ ಲಿವಿಂಗ್ ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ ನಂಬ್ಕೊಂತ ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ದೇರ್ ಆರ್ ಸೋ ಮೆನಿ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದಿ ಹೇರ್ ಆಫ್ ವೈಟ್ ಹಾರ್ಸ್ ವಿಚ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಗ್ಲಾಡಿಯಸ್. ಫ್ರಮ್ ದ ಹೇರ್ ಆಫ್ ವೈಟ್ ಹಾರ್ಸ್, that is the sign of purity. From that the new life is originated ಅಂತ one theory explain ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. And one more example is trying to explain us the mud of river Nile. Nile river, it is the sign of purity, and the Nile river is responsible for the formation of new organisms. Even ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು dead and decaying leaves, they are responsible for the life. And once the theory of biogenesis came into existence, which disproved the theory of abiogenesis. In the next part, we will take up the theory of panspermia, or so-called panspermiatic theory, and the most interesting and widely accepted chemogenetic theory. See you all in the next class. Thank you.